and welcome back to another episode of How You Do That. Today we're back with Scott's, your boy. No, they're not our boy. We're back again, another episode. Thank you, Scott, for being part of this episode. It has been literally, we're still in the same set, but for you guys, it's been probably a week or two.
Yep.
I forgot, I actually did not cover this last episode.
Oh.
What have you guys been up to? What have you been? I know, what's been going on?
I mean, the last time you asked us was in the first episode.
Yeah, but we
so
were doing that.
2 episodes later.
Yeah.
Now you're asking.
John,
how are you?
Same, everything is the same. Nothing much. Yeah.
Honestly, from the last time you asked, it's been pretty much the same.
All
just
I know is
baby working and
after this, potentially you need to go and dance.
Oh yeah, facts. Facts.
Like literally.
Oh yeah, it's an interesting day because today I thought we had only had this podcast, but within the past 2-3 hours I got a job to perform tonight. So after this I got rehearsal, then after that the show.
Nice.
So that's fun.
When's the last time you play guitar and perform for performance, John?
A few weeks ago.
What?
2-3 weeks ago.
Man is busy, bro.
I just want to say my Martin, right? I saw the string break in front of me.
Then change
in the dust.
the
I never touched it for so long. I just saw the string. Boing. That's it. I don't know how. It's a very sad feeling.
When's the last time you
But
actually
strings
performed?
you should change like once every 2 or 3 months.
My Martin strings have not been changed for like 4 years.
Wow.
Nice.
So your Martin strings are older than your daughter.
Yes.
Nice.
Wow.
Yes. My Martin itself is older than both my kids put together, their age.
Wow.
How often you clean your camera lenses?
This one, Ryan, every day.
Yeah, you see, that's the way you need to take care of
If only Ryan can take care of guitar, I'll put it here. So.
Okay, so how are you?
Hey, like that lah. So today, adjusting to standard one life.
Oh, that's
adjusting
fun.
to standard one life. Again, I'm in this realm where there's nobody there with me yet.
Yep.
Other than Genie Boy.
Yeah. Shout
so
out.
we should really get him on one episode one
Yes.
day. But he's in a different country. Is Subang. So
I was thinking, where is he?
I have to renew my passport if I want to talk to him.
Subang.
Taipan, even further.
Okay. Very near my country.
Very near your country.
Oh, that day I was in Subang for dinner. It was quite exciting.
You're all annoying. You're all annoying.
We went for a Stone & Co.
Our friends
Andrews,
Buka Puasa drop event, and then since we were in the area in SS15, then I asked Dennis, I was like, and then we saw other guys as well. We were like, hey, where should we eat? So we went to eat this thing called buttermilk chicken.
Go chili.
Go chili.
That was it. That was the
for the first time.
How?
Okay. I prefer Singapore, the same version.
You can't say that, bro.
Personal preference, you know what I mean?
You
want to know why? I explain to you why. Okay, so I had the buttermilk with salted egg.
Okay,
I think it's like
combo.
it's probably not the OG. I think the OG is
But
just
that's the combo. That's
right?
good one combo. That's a good
Yeah,
combo.
but the salted egg chicken in Singapore is done very differently.
How?
Yeah, like the meat is more tender. Yeah, and
so you're saying
the taste is a bit stronger. The Singapore taste is a bit stronger. The ones that I like, everything.
Or more creamy.
More salted egg. No, not so much creamy. Yeah, so the way that they prepare the sauce is a little bit different.
My question to you.
Wait, you don't be so offended. I'm just saying my personal preference. Right, don't look so angry.
Everyone got
I know what's going on.
Yeah,
What's the question?
My question is, why you never bring me to the one in Singapore?
You come to Singapore with me first, then we go.
Okay, we go just to eat this damn
Just
chicken.
to eat this?
And then we see the price tag also.
Oh, how much is one plate there?
No, it's okay. It's like 7-8 Singapore dollars.
Okay lah, dollar to dollar.
I can belanja a whole family to eat.
Dollar to dollar.
Dollar to dollar is cheaper. Dollar to dollar is cheaper.
You know what? I don't say anything about Subang already.
Hey, Gold Chili was like the place to go if like you're not from the Subang College campus. You go right. That's like our friends.
Bro, this guy got the Subang president to bring him there, bro.
Serious?
Joe Frizo brought him there, bro. And then Joe Frizo said this place is the OG place, 20 years here, 30
No,
years here.
I can appreciate that it's an OG place. I'm just saying
But
that's
different taste,
personal
different
preference.
taste.
No,
The taste is different.
obviously,
He
Gold
is the
Chili
place,
is OG.
It's an institution, I
Just
can
because
feel
of
it.
how, I think, in my opinion, how long it's
How
been there.
long it's been there?
It's been there for so long. Similar to Uncle Soon Fried Rice.
Have you had Uncle Soon fried rice?
No. No. Actually, yeah, no.
Okay,
it's also in SS15.
Shout out to SS15.
Our next episode, we take all the mic there and we eat Uncle Soon fried rice.
Later we call Uncle Soon. We call Uncle Roger first. Uncle Roger friend with Uncle Soon. Because I don't have connection with Uncle Soon. Then
It's
Uncle
okay,
Soon.
we go to the open place and then we makan underneath the trees.
And Hala, if you know Uncle Soon, you let Uncle Soon know that maybe we can bring our Singaporean friend to go and try. Because he might want to compare your fried rice with a Singaporean fried rice. I don't know.
Uncle Soon on the table there.
He own everything, bro.
Oh.
Bro, they have so many Uncle Soon right
But
now.
I want to go to the
But there's only one Uncle Soon.
you know there's the one near the Burger Lab. There's a square, the Makan Square. Then Uncle Soon is one of the store one. It's underneath the trees all.
Oh, is it?
There's a square there.
Oh, yeah.
I like that place. We go shoot there and then got vibes, you know.
Oh, the
I don't want
vibes.
to go inside the store and shoot.
Okay, we go vibes. We go vibes. We are vibes. Okay, so what are we doing here today?
We are very passionate about stuff. So today we're really talking about something interesting. How has our childhood ambitions affected our child's?
Our childhood ambition
I
affected our current child or us?
What were our childhood dreams? Becoming astronaut lah, become fireman lah, become Ultraman lah. How has that evolved to where we are today? And do you think our dreams shape how our kids are growing up under our parenting?
Very loaded question.
Let you think first.
It's
The Singaporean want to
loaded.
take it deep. I'm just going to go a
relax.
bit more surface. My childhood dream was to become Son Goku Super Saiyan 4.
You're
Right.
very close. You look
Right?
a bit like Son
So
Goku.
that's the reason why I had to go to the gym to make sure that my body, at least when I get angry and then I go, Chah! I look like Super Saiyan 4. Right? So that's why I also open the gym.
Now Jade screaming makes sense.
Correct. So every time she goes, I was like, dear, you gotta calm down on that Super Saiyan, man.
Okay. So your
You
dream
don't
was-
want to go Super Saiyan 3 here home, man.
so
your-
as you get bigger, then you dye your hair blue.
Huh?
Right.
No. It's when you get angry, it turns blue.
But blue is
You
not.
can hope. You can
but
hope.
blue is not angry.
What's
No,
the
no.
highest level? What color hair is soft?
White?
Red. Red is the highest.
Grey,
one.
grey.
white.
Grey,
That
white.
one is called the gold. No, the god, the Super Saiyan god.
Ultra Instinct.
Ultra perfection.
Ultra Instinct. I don't know what's next already.
Yeah.
I swear, they really went to iPhone 10.
iPhone 10,
iPhone 10 already. I don't know. Like the Super Saiyan got too many. I actually went and researched the other day.
Didn't know that. Sorry.
Anyways, back to our topic.
Yes.
Okay.
So it didn't affect Jade much other than she shouted a lot.
See, somewhere, they inherit the 4 o'clock in the morning, 4 a.m. Super Saiyan 4.
But what I get is Jade loves to go to the gym and then we can always say, well, you need to eat
Honestly-
this, you need to eat this to be strong. You want to be strong, right? Then she said, yes, I want to be strong. Then she eat.
I'm not gonna lie, your kid understand bulking, bro.
Oh, bro.
That's mad.
She every day asks, Daddy, it's like 10 o'clock, we leaving the gym, we're going home, she needs to sleep. Passing by Mama, Daddy, I want to stop there. I want to eat rice and chicken. I want to be strong. Your daughter say that, what you gonna do? You're gonna bring her to eat the rice and chicken because she want to be strong.
Or say no. Don't be mad. It's time to sleep. You know, I would just say that too lah. Or
That
then you put protein powder.
No.
Oh,
This is a therapy
passions, but no,
session.
passions.
Safe
Okay,
space.
Okay.
let's not
What
talk
about
about
you?
Super Saiyan 4 first.
Okay,
please.
okay.
You had anything else or not?
I only remember dancing, bro. I've been dancing for so many years. I only remember dancing.
Yeah. So how has that shaped? You know, will you let Jade become dancer?
Well, I already told her. I told everybody, like, I would love her to be dancing like me. It's very good for body anatomy. But when you grow up, be a singer. Like Uncle John, don't be a dancer.
Then
I
you
will
got
tell
dancer.
my kid, don't be a singer, be a lawyer.
Well, if you ask me, then I will tell my kid, don't be anything else. Just go find Uncle Yi Heng and learn about property. Yeah. Buy watches for daddy, that kind of investment thing. I think it's very good for my daughter.
I think so too.
If she suddenly grow up and say, Dad, I want to be doctor, huh? No. Investment, loan, finance, that's the road you're going to go to.
Suddenly want to become doctor. From where one? Which book we buy for her? Wait. I think our generation is going to be the weirdest generation where all our parents want us to become architect, doctor, this kind of thing. For us, like, want to become doctor, don't please.
But I think for me, it's the dancing part of my life that really I could really see that on Jade. Like she loves to dance. Every beat if there's a beat, there's a song. She'll be dancing. She'll be bouncing to it. Really.
John, what were your dreams growing up?
I wanted to be a rock star.
So you are. He is.
I still remember.
Hashtag Sam
I
Willows.
still remember the moment
That you became a rock star.
So I was watching, that I wanted to be a rock star.
who is it?
I was watching a live DVD because back then, no YouTube, right? So you buy the live DVD.
Yeah, For those that don't know, go Google.
So I was in the DVD store and then they were playing Bon Jovi live in London, 1995.
Bon Jovi.
I was just glued to it and I watched everything. And then that was the moment. I think I was like 12 or 11 or 12.
Were you already playing guitar at 12?
Yeah, I started. Then that's when I went to learn. So then I started learning guitar at 12 years old.
And when did you become a superstar? A rock star?
Never.
Hey, you. Hey. When? Wait.
Stupid. Hold on. When did you realize that your band was actually going somewhere?
After how many years? Already performing.
There was never really a particular moment.
You guys are like the biggest in Singapore. What are you talking about? Hey, it's like talking to Cristiano Ronaldo. Are you like the best or you're like the alright kind?
Okay. What was the moment you realized that, hey, actually maybe achieve?
You guys perform at
we had
Singapore.
a solo concert that we organized ourselves. We did it at the Hard Rock Coliseum. I think this was like 2015 or like 10 years ago.
I was just born.
Yeah. And then
2015 you just born, bro? Okay, I understand.
And then we realized at that moment that everybody who came to watch the concert, a couple of thousand people, that like, oh shit, everyone is here for us.
For y'all.
Yeah. So I think that was the one of the
moment. 2015 lah.
Around 2015 And then what was really interesting to me was when we started traveling to do like tours and radio shows and promo and all of that, like festivals. Then this is where I met you guys and then we realized that actually got people outside of Singapore.
You actually gave us a reason to go Singapore, not gonna lie. Before this was like Phua Chu Kang, but he was too far.
That's true.
That was too far.
But okay,
you met also.
Mingyu met.
Mingyu met. Mingyu big star.
Did you feel it when you were in the world stage? Because I was watching 8TV at that time. Did you feel it when you were on the world stage?
Nah.
When was the feeling that?
Nah, never. I just a dancer, bro. I just a dancer, bro.
Come on, top 3, top 5 in the world.
No. Every year different top one. This one every year top, bro. Every year Singapore Independence Day they sing
No,
not every year lah. Once in a while. How many times fireworks at the back and then you're singing?
At least once.
We did it 1 year only. To be fair, we did it 1 year only.
Beyonce also did the Super Bowl one time only.
But different, you don't compare the Super Bowl with the Singapore National Day. What's the huge difference?
No, I mean Singapore National Day is the biggest in Singapore. No?
Actually, Singapore National Day is quite dope. I have to say,
it's a month affair.
He got married.
I have this hack, okay, for anyone who wants to get married in Singapore, and if your wedding venue happens to be around the Marina Bay area, you just try to book a Saturday in July, and then you get free fireworks because the rehearsal fireworks will come out. Then you can have free fireworks. It comes out about 8:16 p.m.
I was like, wow, this guy's
I'm not
wedding.
like when we were there, we were like, yo, what's going on? Who put this? I said, guys, I got you. I do this.
Really?
After fireworks, actually, I planned this whole thing. This is their rehearsal. I planned my wedding at this place because I know this is gonna happen. I'm like, bro, you cannot be so strategic.
My jaw never dropped so low.
I had very good wedding planners. So they were like everyone was in
the Fullerton. What is it called? The Fullerton?
Yes. Fullerton Bay.
Damn chantik, man. That
Bro.
place. Oh my gosh.
I'm giving you an advice. If you don't have the money in your bank, don't even search it up.
If you're not marrying John, don't search it up.
Next year or something, then you search it up. Not today.
Just don't. Okay, sorry. What were we talking about?
My dream was to, actually, you know what my dream was to marry a Malaysian girl.
Hey, ciao.
Hey, guys, come back. I'm just joking.
Really? Oh, man.
So you hear that, Amanda? From today onwards,
win idea.
No more dreams need to be achieved.
You are the dreamer. You are the dream already.
So how did that dream affected your son?
Well, obviously a lot, cause he's here. He's here.
That dream made it.
Bro, if there's anyone who successfully crossed the bridge over, right, it's John.
Hey.
Where are the other Singaporeans? We're still waiting for them.
I just spend more time here, but I still spend a lot of time in Singapore.
Yeah, but actually here better, right?
Cheaper.
Okay. Sorry, Singapore audience, we love you guys. Just that the grass is green here. If you make it work.
No lah, I'll be more real lah.
Okay.
Financial decision is better. Finance-wise.
Yeah, because you have
pros and cons.
Yeah,
I always say pros and cons.
Okay.
There are things that I love about Singapore, like the food.
Okay.
Relax, relax. You guys, don't get triggered. Don't judge.
I try my best.
But Malaysian food is also very good.
It's alright.
But most of the time, I have to imagine the health code myself, lah. Yeah, which is So
what health code?
No, so I really realized that in Singapore I can eat out more often. Because I realized that it's still not I kind of know what I'm putting in my body most of the time. But here sometimes I really get carried away. Bro, I get very carried away.
You think we worry about what we're putting into our body when we eat the pisang goreng from the auntie beside the longkang?
But it's delicious. Don't get me wrong. It's absolutely delicious. But sometimes the temptation here is bad. But one thing, I have to say, KL especially, that I really dislike. I know we're talking about goals and dreams, right? But I need to get this out of my system because this happened recently to me.
We are here to support each other.
How come most places in KL, or at least the places that I go to, maybe not Subang, but the other places,
so specific.
got no walkway or pedestrian walking. I cannot understand. You can see the building.
I can.
You can see the building. It's right in front of you. But when you want to walk there, you cannot walk there.
No, because Malaysia, they it's like, when you see the train station, you want to go to the train station or you want to walk past the bridge.
Yes.
There is no walkway to that train station or that bridge. You just need to figure a way out there.
That's why we are.
And that's how Malaysia just function.
Also because most Malaysians drive.
Yes and no. I remember so long ago that I had a friend who used to ride the train to college, university, right? The university, you have to walk behind a condo area, go into a grassy area, and it's, you know how the whole place is grassy and it's just earth that is flat? You literally follow that whole entire thing, and then the fence is broken. So you actually sneak into the train station, walk back outside, pay the coin, then go back into the train station.
Wow.
It was wild because, so you're talking about the walkway. Until today, I see a bus station, I see the bridge, but I just don't see a pathway.
The real answer as Malaysians, we don't know.
You know in Malaysia what they say?
We really don't know.
You figure your own way.
Yeah.
Figure your own way.
But that's why I also respect Malaysians for being very innovative. Like whatever cards you're dealt with, you just, I figure it out.
What we gonna do?
We are either really overcomers or like that lah.
We just accept.
Like that
just
lah.
accept,
I think when you grow up, oh my gosh, I think when you grow up without knowing what a pedestrian walk looks like, you have no expectation.
True.
In Singapore, without knowing the zebra
what we do is we just complain. We just complain. There will be some person and somewhere that you can complain to. And most of the time, to be fair, right, action is taken. The complaining does work. Hey, maybe this HDB block, housing block got the shelter, the block don't have shelter to the bus stop. Then old people, they cannot take their wheelchair down the ramp. You complain. If enough people make noise, you complain to your council and all of that. Like actually, action does get.
Okay, I ask you.
Yes.
This is a legit question.
Okay.
Potholes in Singapore, how fast y'all close the pothole?
What is a pothole?
Hey guys,
I'll be honest. I've never seen pothole.
No, but y'all don't have potholes.
So the first time I actually saw a pothole was in KL. To be absolutely fair, it was right outside like Amanda's house, and then the pothole was there for like maybe 5.5 years. Before it got
bro, that's not pothole. That's installment already, bro. That's
actually the design.
That's part of the design.
They just fixed the road. I want to say like maybe 6 months ago.
Okay.
And I've seen that pothole since I first met Amanda like 8 years ago.
Damn.
8 years ago, yeah. So it just got fixed 6 months ago. And then
it's gonna be broken 6 months later.
I was very happy. I was like, new road. The road now got the arrows and the lines. Like whoever did it, like shout out to you, man.
Shout out.
So like fixing a pothole, right? Our hopes and dreams are as Malaysians.
Hey, but isn't it a good business? Like just to be the guy that goes around fixing potholes?
Nobody's gonna pay you.
No one gonna pay. Yeah. In Malaysia, you can try.
So if anybody who's fixing potholes themselves, they pay it themselves.
You buy your own.
Because for 5.5 years, they've been waiting for that pothole to be fixed. Never been fixed. So like Singapore, you mentioned, you can actually go to a place and complain and stuff like that. I believe in Malaysia, a lot of people will lodge complaint and everything, or most of people, they don't even know where to complain.
Right.
Complain to our friends.
Yeah, we complain to our friends, complain on our podcast.
Right.
And then
okay, I get it.
And then that's all.
Speaking of ambitions and lost dreams like pothole, our childhood dream also, I want to become Ultraman.
You say Cita-CIta was what?
But I don't scream in the middle of the night for no reason.
Ultraman.
But why do you want to be Ultraman though?
Because I had
Ultraman cannot talk.
I know,
he has
right?
2 eggs for the eye.
That was the only thing I had on TV. Right. I didn't have Dragon Ball. I don't know why I wasn't seeing Dragon Ball. I didn't have comics.
I also don't have Dragon Ball on TV.
How you see?
Comic book.
I didn't have comics.
I had my comic book because my brother had the comic book.
Right.
So I had Dragon Ball and Doraemon, and that was my two
I know.
adventure.
I had Doraemon, but I didn't want to become Doraemon.
I only don't.
So I remember
Why not,
that
though?
day.
I wanted to have a Doraemon.
Now we know. Yeah, I wanted to have a friend like Doraemon.
I wanted a Pintu Suka Hatsi, okay?
Hey, but ambitions, let's just try.
Back to ambition, and we go so far.
Okay. So let's say we grew up a bit more and we know that we cannot become Ultraman and Dragon Ball and all this kind of thing. John actually became a rock star, so it doesn't apply at this point already.
Not really.
God lah. Okay, was there actually something that you filled up in that form before you finished school? Like, did you get that questionnaire? List your Cita-CIta, your ambitions.
Okay, I actually did. During that time, my mom already said, "Oh, then you can talk a lot. You need to go do PR, blah blah blah." Since I was like 16 years old and stuff like that.
I didn't even know what PR is at 16.
I didn't know. My mom just said, "You need to study this so that you can go into that."
Okay.
So my mom has always put in my head broadcasting.
Oh, wow.
So at that point, I always told myself I want to try and be a TV host.
Wow.
I wanted to be on the TV. I want to talk in front of the TV, but I cannot talk. I was just doing clowning at that time. I didn't even know
Clowning.
But yeah.
But you were an actor in Police Evo 2.
That is many years later.
I'll just be honest, right? Everything I saw on the TV was out of reach for me. I never knew how people got into that industry.
Correct.
So I only know like, wow, that's such a dream. I was like, oh, maybe, out there when you go to a coffee shop, someone will walk up to you, hey, I like your face, then give you a card. I don't know how it works.
I went for a few auditions when I was like 19 after So You Think You Can Dance and everything. I was still slightly younger, right? Everything I get until the last stage and then got cut. And I was like, it must be a face problem. Like maybe I'm not making sense.
It helps you build resilience,
That's when I started doing YouTube. That's why I acted in all the Genie Boy videos and all your videos and everything like that. And that's where doors opened for me. Before that, I looked like another Chinese boy. I'm never going to get a gig.
So, I don't know whether it applies to us at this point. We're now looking back at your ambitions. Was this ambitions? Did you have any ambitions that your parents had for you or your own ambitions one? Which was more heavier?
Mostly it's my own.
Your own ambitions. So maybe it doesn't apply to your case too much. Did you have any like your parents expect you to become?
My parents just expect me to complete studying.
My parents just expect me to be a good person. That's it,
Wow, am I the most Chinese here?
My parents just expect me to earn money. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No.
I mean, I hope so too.
That one is just, you have to.
Is it? Then I guess I was the textbook.
What?
My dad want me to be an architect.
Oh, for real?
So
he is.
So first, my dad is a civil engineer. So he wanted to start a firm together. And of course, first, you don't do your dad what you want. You do what the dad's father want first. So my grandma want me to become doctor. So I started doing the whole doctor thing. And then one day, I saw the mosquito land on me. And then I saw the needle go in. I said, I cannot already. I knew at that point, I cannot.
You saw mosquito land on you?
I cannot tahan needles. So it was off the table. And my school was one of the one that had the frogs. We actually had frogs too.
Oh, okay.
It's very rare in Malaysia, it was very
biology.
New. Yeah, so they brought in a whole basket of it. I look at it, I'm out. I can't do it. So that was the first.
So did you disappoint your whole family?
My grandma 100%. Oh, cannot become doctor because my
seventh
grades,
generation you're embarrassed.
No, my grades were there, but cannot do the
understand the action.
Yeah,
so you cannot practical. You only can theory only.
So the dreams and I guess it was. I wasn't an ambitious kid. I was like, as long as I've got friends, I can chill, I can mess around in college. I'm okay to study whatever my parents want. So I did all the vague pre-U like A levels because I don't know what to do. So it bought me like another year and a half.
Yes.
To like
after A levels, what do you do?
Then only to choose. Then I went to do architecture for 1 semester.
And then?
I dropped out. That's it.
So you did what your grandmother asked you to do and then you went and do what your father asked you to do. So
at least I can give it a shot. But my dad can see the effect on me also. Dude, I was doing architecture when I was 19. The first semester in, don't sleep. My hair was dropping out in the shower. I never feel this level of stress ever since that age.
Wow.
Something broke in my brain that I do not feel stress anymore. After the first semester. Wow. Because it's very known thing in
Singapore,
architecture.
we feel that when we are 10 years old. Just kidding.
They born already, they're body already.
They apply the pressure already.
They put in the incubator. Singapore pressure.
No, but I remember for myself, like school being very hard at the age of like 11.
Really?
Yeah, like I remember when I was studying.
How hard? I need to
it's like the concept of stress hits you that young
Really?
because we have this thing called primary school leaving examination at 12.
What?
And then before that, you get banded. Right?
Primary school, is that like UPSR?
So I think at 10 years old, back then, I mean, I think now the system is a little bit different. You get banded. My time was like EM1, EM2, and EM3.
Okay.
So EM3, you can't go to express stream in secondary school, which express is like 4 years to go to junior college. Right. You go to either normal academic or normal technical. So normal technical means it's 4 years, but you go to technical school after that.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can't go to junior college, which means that you technically, it's very, very hard to get into a local university.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, so if, I mean, to me,
the concept is different.
Yeah,
the concept is a bit different. It feels like Hunger Games, you know,
like
or like Fortnite. It feels like Fortnite, like you want to stay all the way to the end.
But
you know?
our consequences were not as bad because the best case for us is we skip 1 year. And then
that's
still
just
can do whatever lah.
Right?
Yeah, we don't have technical school. People can choose to go into like vocational schools, but it's not like a must. You know, we didn't have the whole poly junior.
No, they have junior college, poly, but ours is just form 6.
Ours is whatever. But
Form 6.
But the difficult thing for us is that if your grades don't, all the unis can say you cannot join. That's the difference. Like if you don't read the requirements. But stress at 11 is...
But it was hard though. Like, I remember there was always this statistic going around when I was in junior college that, that like only 40% of the school will be able to be qualified to go to a local university.
Then what does the rest do?
Some go to overseas university because it's easier to get into overseas universities.
That's true.
Yeah, or you go to... I have friends who went to junior college and then went to polytechnic to go and do a diploma. Yeah, so they spend 1 or 2 years in JC, they realize it's not for me, and then they go to polytechnic.
I remember going into architecture, right? And the teacher just said, 70% of y'all won't be here at the end of the degree. I'm like, 70%?
70%.
2 weeks later.
I'm part of the number immediately. I didn't realize because like I think that's when I realized that, when you're leaving other people's ambition, right? The drive is different one, Like I just told my dad, wow, Dad, I cannot, man. Between studying for finals, I remember that this is semester 1. I had to build a replica of the Coliseum. There was no guidance. They just teach you, this is your blade, this is your material that you need to choose, make. And they give you a textbook, follow the picture and make. So you can tell, the difference between the really good ones, right, is like, you can see the average and the below average is really struggling. The prodigies, by the time the second week roll already, right, the Coliseum standing already. And you see the Coliseum is like, who teach you how to make this?
And back then, there's no YouTube.
There's no YouTube, did nothing.
You go
right?
nothing.
Shout out Carol, I hope you're doing great. Carol was like the #1 student in our my class. And she can literally, like the difference is, not just the models, they will ask you to sketch. And there's no like 101 class that hey, everyone come in, today we want to learn shading. My first sketch class, right, the teacher just asked, buy these pencils, it's a box of pencils, everyone come in with art block. I'm like, wow, fun lah. Like, I finally, after science stream so long, I can learn how to draw. Wow, that was great. It wasn't history,
Okay.
Brother, you want to guess how my class went? I go into class, teacher came in and still got, remember what is a transparency slide?
Yes.
Remember that? There's a projector, right?
Yep.
She came in, I remember she put on the board. Wow, excited. I can see all the Chinese stream students. Wow, yeah. Like, because a lot is science stream students. She put in a slide, project on the wall. It's a beautiful, like black and white thing of a room with shadows and everything. She just turned to the class. Do you have your pencils and your art blocks? Yes. Draw this, 30 minutes, 10% of your final grade. You literally hear the class. Huh? 10% of your final grade, 30 minutes, go.
But that trains you for life,
Yeah, bro.
That trains you for life.
Stress.
It builds a lot of character.
The stress was like, bro, you should have seen the Hamjoy. Some people draw, man. Like, I really feel like if you look at that drawing, right, you don't drop off yourself. I don't know what to say about you. And you can see the passion because from that day, that same sketch class, they would make the whole class go to KL and sit in front of the KL train station. Sketch. You can see the difference with people who just want to draw it. And my friend Carol, I can see her, at her paper like that. Her paper moving like that. I'm like, Carol, what are you doing? Why is your paper shaking so much? I just thought I'd give a different motif to my drawing. I'm like, wow. Then I look at her drawing. She drew the entire train station out of dots.
Oh, dot work.
She didn't even do lines. She just went ... changed her pencil, ... Perfect train station. I was just like, that was the day I knew I'm not passionate about this.
Is she still architect?
Yes, she's architect. Full on, true and true architect.
You're made for it.
If she didn't make it, she could have been a tattoo artist or so.
Yeah, actually she could have. And I think that one,
Yeah,
that one really dot. That was the day I think I went back and I told my dad like, hey dad, I know you had a future plan of like having a firm, both of us. Time to let you down. But my dad was very gracious about it. Like, he was a bit shocked because you spend so much money to
obviously
bring
time and all.
So it was. I'm not going to lie, my dad did like, oh man. But what I did not expect from my dad was he supported to try and figure out what to do next. So I appreciate that. I mean, did you guys enter college with a specific thing in mind that you wanted to do?
I think for me, compared to you, I'm not sure about him, but my mom just hoped that I complete my studies. Yeah, because I don't know, like for some reason, like between all my siblings, I'm the second child. I had the least hope. Like my mom always say, your brother and your sister, both of them, I expect A, B. You,
I expect paper.
At least B, C. You come back D. So,
God.
So I got A, B, C one. D come back kena one time.
Okay, so at least got standard lah.
Yeah, but not that standard lah.
Right.
So I knew I wasn't very academic person, like you said.
Right.
So I'm glad that I found dancing in my younger years. So when I was studying, I was dancing at the same time. I know that entertainment was where I want to go in.
Yeah.
But the certificate is something that I need to bypass my parents. So I completed my studies and everything. And
it's like a license to pursue your passion.
Hey, amen.
So like, because to my mom, it's like, what if you're no longer a dancer? What are you going to fall back on? So that was my fallback on my plan B lah.
Did you have to get a certificate for your parents?
To be a rock star.
Yeah. I mean, while pursuing my music, I also was still in school. Yeah,
did you do anything related to music and production?
You all don't know what I studied in uni.
No,
you didn't know. I studied.
No, at this point, I don't even know if Danny studied at some point. Okay,
I studied psychology like
you. I did sociology.
Then all of us did psych.
Sociology. I did
sociology.
Sociology.
I mean, technically,
well, it's just study of humans.
Yeah, social studies.
Study of society.
How is it?
Okay. Very easy. I mean, not easy lah, but
theory lah, mostly theory. Books.
So long as you kind of have a lot
common sense.
Common sense actually works.
It's a course of common sense.
Yeah. Like, it's a kind where there's a lot of readings.
Yes.
But if you don't do the readings, you can still kind of make sense of it. Yeah.
I did one semester.
There were a lot of girls in my course.
I see.
Yeah. So it was it was quite okay lah. I mean, like
quite okay.
Like a
boys
lot
out there?
Yeah, a lot of presentations. So as long as you can like present, I guess it's not so bad. Yeah, and my professors were all very nice in a sense where if I thought I got to go overseas, I'm not going to come to school for a week. Like they'll be like, okay, go. Because I think they see more future in that at that point of time. They didn't really want to hold me back as well.
Wow.
Yeah, and then my supervising professor for my thesis was he was in a former punk band in Chicago. Yeah, he's an American guy. Yeah, like bald and like sleeve tattoos and everything.
You can see that in Malaysia school.
Yeah, so he specialized in sociology or culture. So he was like super chill lah. It's like, alright man, like if you got this chance, I think you should go. And then I was gonna miss one exam, and then he said that when I come back, I can take the exam. So like they were quite flexible. I'm very grateful for that lah. If not, I couldn't pass.
Then honestly, I mean, when you think about it, we really have unorthodox college into careers, because our parents were quite open to talk about. But there was a rule like, do your cert first, then do whatever you want. I think our parents, my mom, my dad were just worried that if I didn't do my cert, I wouldn't have a job to fall back on. So to help them rest their minds, I did the cert.
I wish I did accountancy though.
Yeah.
I wish I did something more, economics.
Right. I honestly wish I did business and marketing. That's the two things.
At this point today, I wish I did.
I think when I was like 30, 31, 32, that was all I was thinking. I was like, I wish I took business and marketing more than I took communications and psychology.
But we wouldn't know.
Oh yeah, of course. We would know.
The time I saw the electives, right, I was like, please,
I wouldn't understand. My brain at that time when I was 20 wouldn't understand business and marketing.
We didn't appreciate this kind of thing.
I wish I could go back.
Then we're definitely in a very different mindset in terms of this, because I think I did have friends who the parents didn't really support their ambition choice or their career choice. And then we ended up in very unorthodox careers, but our parents were pretty like, okay, as soon as you do this, you get a cert somewhere, you're going to try this kind of thing. I think the only thing to pivot into now is that now we have our own kids. We have to do a scenario since they're not there yet. What if your kid came up to you and said, Dad, at the end of the day, I want to become influencer?
Okay, guys.
We talk real deal.
Before we go into the real question,
real deal.
How many times people actually come up to you and tell you, my kid wants to be an influencer, YouTuber, singer, artist, famous?
More times than I wish. More times. More times than not.
That they say that they want their kids to be.
They say
the kids want.
They want to motivate their kids to become. The kids want to be, but they want you to teach the kid how to become.
Yeah, I have. But I think, to be very honest with you, I think like 10, 20 years down the road, there's some value to it. You know, I think now it's all about like, you know, the currency of attention, you know, the currency of reach, the currency of being able to do product conversion and sales. I think the term influencer has evolved also quite a bit in the last couple of years. For sure. You know, like back then, like the classic influencer lah, you know, it's the fashion influencer, or you know, blogger, or they portray a certain lifestyle that you know is extravagant with the holidays and the travel and all of that. But then you got travel influencers, and then evolved to food influencers. But nowadays, you know, like literally anybody can be an influencer, and influencers doesn't necessarily mean that it's your full-time job. You know, it just means that people follow you based on that particular niche, you know, and people respect your opinions, and at the same time, people trust what you say. You know, I think there's a lot of power in that. Like, I follow a lot of influencers because I want to hear what they have to say. You know, and like I think it's become like, you know, like food critics or like game reviewers. I feel like now it's no longer hiding behind a company, but it's been, you know, like it's been more empowered to have individuals.
More democratized.
It's like, you know, like back then you'd have these fashion magazines, right? You know, I think there was like a lot of disparity in these companies, because like the editor will be the ones that will fly and very glam. And the writers, the people who are actually, you know, writing the articles and getting you drawn into whatever it's supposed to take, like they get paid really low, you know, and they don't get the recognition. Sometimes they don't even get credited in the thing. But I feel like these writers now have a different avenue to showcase, like, you know, their understanding and their I guess how well they know the particular topic. So if you tell me if my kid wants to be an influencer, I guess that definition wouldn't sound like what we feel it is, you know, down the road. You know, then I'll tell him that you better be very good at whatever you want to influence.
Yeah, that's usually what when the parents come up, right? Hey, my kid want to become YouTuber. My kid want to become what? The only thing I say is like, you can become whatever you want in this, but you need to get good at something.
You need to be a master at your craft.
That people want to follow your stuff, right? Is it like, I think because we definitely have a different understanding of what this word means, and we have real experience in what this job is. Would there be something that your kid would ask, like, and like an aspiration of they want something legal, something legal that you would disapprove of in terms of, I guess, a career choice in your, like, I can share with you if my kid want to become doctor or something, right? Immediately I'll like, hey, slow down, you know.
Why?
Because I think it's a matter of I do struggle with also understanding where society is going. Like, for example, if I think in the future, coders are going to be very important. Or like people,
but doctors will always still be important.
Correct. I mean, yes, to a certain degree, yes. There will always be doctors that's very highly sought out kind of thing. But also, I'm very jaded with the fact that we came from a generation where there's so many doctors, and now so many of my friends can't get good jobs because there's an oversupply of doctors. Like in Malaysia, they don't take care of doctors, you know, to a certain degree. So I know if my daughter is aiming to become a doctor, the future would mean that she will no longer be in the same country as me, because she would have to go somewhere else and figure something else. So for example, not to say that she wants to become a doctor, but I think in terms of that, I don't have aspirations that I would say no, but I feel that I will struggle with like, hey, like Haley or Sarah, you should really try to become this. You should really try to pick up this skill set, you know, and like, you know, like you say, like, you know, the struggles of being a dancer. And let's say Jade wants to become a dancer, and you know, like, if you go down this road and you want to become full-time dancer, you know, would you encourage her to do it?
I mean, like I spoke to Jazel about this before Jade was even born. And I did say, like, in terms of my child and how I want the future for my child is that, like, from now until she can decide on her own, I would like provide her all the resources that I can. Let's say if she wants to sing, she wants to dance, I'll bring her to the teachers, I'll bring her to the people who can really guide her to get
because that's your network you can
because
do
I want to give her that. And
correct.
then eventually if she found something that she truly enjoy, whatever it is, if she suddenly like to study medicine, she wants to understand something about science, she wants to do this, she wants to go into sociology or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And if I don't understand or I can't really help you, then I'll just be there to support her and to hopefully give her any guidance. That's pretty much all I can do.
The Chinese dad in me, and this one I cannot deny one, right? My biggest worry is I know the career you're trying to choose. I know it's going to be a struggle.
Oh yeah.
I will become that Chinese dad.
But every career is also a struggle.
Yeah.
I know, but it's like some is a bit more stable, some is a bit more struggle.
But I guess I would definitely want her to go through the experience, even if it's a struggle. Let's say the first job she's going to get is clown. I know the struggle. But I will be there to tell her, okay, behind the struggle, more than the struggle, learn the lessons.
True.
These lessons will teach you things that you will learn. Like if somebody were there when I was younger to tell me, okay, this is not struggle, this is character building.
Damn.
Then I would have had different thought. And I understand it's very hard to go into a young boy's mind to tell them this is what. But if that person actually had that heart to tell me, I'm sure that at that age, 15 years old, I would listen. If I don't understand, I'll keep it into my head. So I think that is very important. And to find passion. So if Jade found a passion in something, I really want her to build onto it. Not that she's going to be doing this. Let's say she likes sewing. It's not that she's going to do it her whole life. But I just want to show her how it feels like to have a passion for something rather than just doing something without passion.
I see.
Like you doing architecture.
I mean, architecture really set the standard for me in terms of knowing like, hey, if my kid grows up like me, and I mean for my dad and my mom, right, I really didn't feel like it was a bad thing to do what they wanted me to do.
Yep.
You know, because like some people don't want to do what their parents want to do, but I was the reverse of it. I'm like, hey, you're paying for my studies, you're taking care of me. I don't mind seeing what you want me to do because I didn't really have any ambition at the time.
And we didn't know what to do.
I like at the time, like, what was YouTube, dude? Like, I know like that it's there, but you know, we grew up with the whole Chinese mindset of either doctor, architect, engineer. Is these three options is the job. The fourth job is rubbish collector, bro. Like if I don't become
anything else is rubbish collector.
Anything become rubbish collector already, according to my grandma, right? So my biggest concern, I guess, or my worry of like the kids growing up is that I have my logic against my encouraging that side. You know what I mean? Like, you know the path your kid gonna go down. You know the resilience they need to build, the character need to build. And at the end of the day, you don't even know whether like it's certain. Like some careers are. I think I will struggle at that. As a Chinese dad. Like, as a dad in general. You know what I mean? Like sure, you can't be doctor. I already can kind of, okay, it's gonna be, you're gonna start working at 35. You're gonna start working at 33. You know, some of my friends, psychology also, right, just started working only like 2 years ago because you need to study until PhD, like what masters, all this kind of thing. I feel that the biggest struggle I have is like, no problem one. Right now, passion, try everything, go. But one day she tell me, Papa, I want to become a animal rights activist in South Africa. Realistically, very noble. I appreciate the heart. But I ask your papa, I don't know how to support this. You know, I would take the stance of, teach me what to do to support this.
Now you say that, huh?
You know what I mean, right? Because we are going into an era where all this information, right, is going to be at our kids' fingertips, you know. Yep. I didn't know there were more choices than architect, engineer, doctor because I don't know how to use Google. But now they grow up, they can see got wildlife preservatives, got people helping replant the forest.
I don't think anyone in Malaysia actually thought of, I want to grow up and become an archaeologist. Imagine my daughter want to become archaeologist. You go where? Where? Got some more dinosaur to study.
Correct. Got some more what need to dig, you know. Like, I feel that my biggest like dilemma would be like, now since we have tasted the end of like self-made, really got to hustle at a certain really difficult industry, right? Is it within our capacity, like in my capacity to say like, yeah, you better build resilience and character. Go lah. Do. I don't mind. Do.
I think that our kids will grow up in a generation where they will be able to divide between their professional and their personal lives a lot more clearly.
Than us.
You know, I think for
More
us millennials, you know, like we are so like, oh, if I am a this, I am a this.
I like baking, I'm a baker.
Yeah, you know, like there's this strong category, and then you try to find your community within that realm. But I mean, I can see it's evolving a little bit as well. You know, like you can identify yourself as more than just your occupation. Beyond that, you know, you're no longer like, I can meet a stranger now, maybe more in Malaysia, and have an entire conversation with this person and not know what this person does for a living. And I'm okay with that. Because I find myself whenever I'm, especially in Singapore, it's one of the first questions that's going to be asked of you. It's like, hey, so what do you do? What do you do for a living? You know, and then you feel the need to present yourself in a certain way. You know,
the value comes from that.
Yeah, you either feel the need to play it up or you play it down. You know, but
very businessy.
Yeah, but nowadays, one thing that I've noticed as well is like, you know, as we grow, you know, it's like sometimes I just try to avoid that question completely. Like I don't want to. I want to get to know you based on a very personal level. That's why when people say like, oh, it's very hard to make friends in your 30s. I think also because you suddenly feel like, oh, you know, that's the most curious thing that you want to know about a person.
Yeah, what do you do?
Right? And then before you even exchange phone numbers, sometimes you exchange Instagrams. Right? And then with Instagram is what you want to put forward. You know, you get to choose the type of content that you want people to see about you. So I don't know, man. Like, I just feel like our kids, I'm not too worried about what Zayn wants to do in the future. I mean, so long as, you know, he knows what he's doing, you know, so long as if he wants to have a family or he wants to be ambitious and either make money or grow money. If let's say my son decides to say like, okay, you know, he wants to go and be a monk in Thailand, right? Okay. You know, for 1-2 years. And if he really got it planned out, if that's what he really wants to do, then support him in whatever way I can. Yeah. Because, I mean, it's not so much about the nobility. I also feel that, you know, their generation is going to be so different. You know, they are going to have so much more issues than what we have. You know, so much information available. Like everyone is running at such a fast pace. Everyone is thinking that I can be a millionaire by 18 years old because of crypto and all of that. Like the influence is that everyone is in front of a camera. Everyone is putting out content. And, you know, every year passes, there's a new batch of 18-year-olds like worldwide that is coming onto social media, that's coming onto the internet, and is being told that if I don't influence people, if I don't build a following, if I don't build a community, you know, like I am not
doing
worth anything. And the crazy thing is that the people that I've met that is the most influential, to a large extent, they have no social media.
They don't care.
You know, they are complete ghosts on social media. But they, to me, bring the most value in conversations and personal relationships, you know. Yeah. So I think that's something that I'm also starting to learn. You know, like not everything needs to go up on social media, you know.
You're right. Like, I think like the biggest thing, right? Like we're going to like the segment of like, how do you raise dreamers into doers? Because like the kids, I think until, well, I guess way into maybe secondary, right? There's a lot of dreams. There's a lot of dreams, and I feel like it's a kid's rite of passage to have some of these dreams broken, you know, some hard reality and truth. Like, hey, I want to sing, then you find out our kid is tone deaf, you know. Like, no, very hard, you know. Like some of my friends colorblind, right? Join art.
So would you rather teach your kid how to dream, or would you rather encourage your kid to dream, or would you rather encourage your kid to have ambition?
I think so. This was something I did think about. Like what do we do? Because our parents also adopted this approach, and I use the example of the day that Hayley found out I made YouTube videos. So I did not realize that because of how she grew up, and we grew up during COVID, right? She never really had exposure to me going for shoots. She never needed to experience that era of life. And the day she saw Mingyu and I and my father in a video, she was so mind blown because she only watched the Angmo YouTubers. And then suddenly her dad was on the screen. And I realized that, oh shucks, this is totally unbeknownst to you. And I realized that whatever ambition or unrealistic dreams that she had, right, there was only one answer. If she wanted to do videos, my catch was, you do it with me. You walk with me, I teach you how to vlog. I teach you how to write. And then that helps me put into perspective a lot about, I doesn't mind at this point if it's unrealistic, if it's too high and mighty, if it's not. But if I'm there with you, especially when it has to do, like you say, if everything's on social media now, people want to become influencer or whatnot. I think all our kids will be tempted with the whole influencer thing. Like cannot run from it. What if, and someone, if you're a performer, right, you want to perform, I think my best answer is to actually do. You can dream about it, but you have dads who want to be there and, okay, let's go pick out your new light or your new camera, how you do it, how you figure out. And then your mom or what who tells you about, okay, this is how you behave in front of the camera, this is what you say, this is what you don't say. I would rather be that parent than, okay, go figure it out. I'll be here if you fail. You know, which is that our parents' approach to it lah. Because our parents were busy lah. You know, given the same. We do have that. I think that approach to being able to guide you properly, which made me think backwards from the day my kid gets Instagram. Do I leave her to figure it out, or am I there with her? I'm more worried about my kid don't want to tell me about her struggle compared to struggling together or stuff like that. That was my approach to it. I think that's kind of how, I mean, like you said, we don't know what's going to happen in 2 years. Is what's social media going to be? Everyone going to have contact lens put into their head already, and then like we're just connected to the internet 24/7. You know, like preparing this kind of like dream into do. I think the biggest thing that I would have felt, I don't know about you guys, is I wish someone hold my hand to do it lah. Like, you know, we have to figure it out ourselves. What? So if I can help that.
I think last time they said it's the tough love that we will figure out, bang the wall ourselves and stuff like that. But I guess we went through that treatment when we were young. And we know that if only they guide us and hold our hands.
If someone was willing,
I would learn it 5 times faster, 10 times faster.
Yeah.
So obviously, like for our child, we would definitely want to be there with her all the way until she's good enough to walk and run and things like that.
I have a different approach to it though. I just feel like one thing that I appreciated with my growing up years was that I had a lot of space to figure things out on my own. You know, I could try, I could fail, you know, and have lesser consequences back then. You pursue a passion, you realize that, okay, I really worked very hard on it for 1 year. And then after 1 year, I realized that, hey, actually, I am way below average than I thought, you know, and that's okay, you know. Like, one thing also I noticed is like, you know, when you say hold the hand and have that expectation, I think as parents, you start treating your child as if, like, there's a different level of expectation because you're also putting in a lot of effort. You know, like, so for example, I see in the US, there's a lot of these what I call them basketball dads, right? Basketball dads, dance moms. Like, they really come out, they are a coach in their head, you know?
Coach dads,
like,
coach parents.
Yeah, coach parents, where it's like, okay, you want to be an NBA player, this is your dream, okay, I will help you get there, and I will build a very systematic training schedule. And it takes away the fun of it. You know, like dancing should be fun. It should be about your kid and your friends. And I mean, the technical skills, yes, is important. But like with basketball, it's like, you know, oh, if you I need to bring you, I will remortgage my house just to bring you across the country to play this tournament. Right? And then can you imagine the pressure on a 12-year-old?
No, that kind of pressure is not good.
You know how
but that's what it could evolve into as well if you're not careful in terms of holding hands.
You know what the Asian child equivalent for that is? Piano class. I started out loving piano.
All the people who play piano class last time, I see them like that. My sister
love
also.
Music, love the wonder around music, making music, everything, until you start going for piano classes. And then it became a chore.
It's the exams.
It became a fear. Wow,
but it depends also, to be fair, on the piano teacher as well.
Exactly, and all of them were trash.
If you're not going for piano classes, if you're going there for the certification, then that's different. That's school.
Different.
But if you're going there to learn skills,
correct.
So I have some friends, like, they are session musicians and they play for like all your like Taiwanese pop stars and all that on tour. So when they are off tour season, you know, they teach private lessons. And it's different, you know, like they teach them creativity, they teach them technique, they teach them skill. And there's no certification at the end of the day. It's like if you want to go to if you want to use like my lessons to enter a music school, I'm not the right person for you. But if you want your kid, if you want your kid to be able to express himself creatively, pick up techniques, pick up genres, you know, learn songs, and I can teach them how to, or learn how to jam. That type of music, there are a lot of teachers. I mean, I don't know about Malaysia, but in Singapore, I know a lot of guys like that.
I feel like the experience with piano class was exactly the kind of thing that you're talking about now when it comes to like turning something you love into like, wow, I really fall out of love with this passion. Because our parents didn't have any choice. All our piano teachers was ABRSM or London School of Music. And I remember the better I got at piano, the worse sounding piano pieces I had to play. And it was so unenjoyable, you know. Like you started at classical, then you're like, wow, so nice. And then by grade 7, right, where you are actually quite good, right, you start playing stuff that look like that sound like the piano falling down the stairs. You know, those pieces, it's bad, bro. It's
I hear my sister play all the time.
Right? It's that kind of thing.
And she'll be crying while playing.
And I realized that
man, that's not music to me. I mean, to me, then that's not music.
Yeah.
Really.
Can you imagine but what really showed me the difference was I sat down and talked to my mom like, wow, I can't do grade 8. If this is the strain on it, like I can't do grade 8. Then my mom gave me a chance. Hey, go learn piano. We won't learn to take exams. You just learn for fun. Wow. That one was like, why is it so different learning piano and you want to explore and enjoy
so there's some
the
music
instrument,
schools right now that are like pop piano classes. You know, it's really
Just
called
learn,
pop.
right?
You just go there and learn the whole Taylor Swift discography. You know,
Wow, I wish so. I wish I had that,
I think more people will pick up piano just for that.
Compared to the Baroque era, like
but that
bro.
happens with guitar lessons as well. Like, you know, it's not so structured. You really just go there and learn how to play. But the drum lessons now as well. Like a lot of the more modern drum teachers, actually very fun one. Yeah, they just go there.
I feel it's more important. Even dancing also, it's always like that. You go to that classes and then you learn all these things first. You play first. Then eventually when you're curious, okay, I need to learn this skill. I need to get better at it. Then you know, oh, I need to train my foundation. Then I will go back and take my classes.
But you know what killed my friends who love dance? Ballet.
Oh yeah. I never take ballet.
I mean, but your version of learning dance was so community based, was so teacher based.
And I know mine is self-taught.
Ah,
Ballet one
But
is
the
basically
difference is that for self-taught, like he's self-taught dancer, I'm a self-taught musician. And so our foundation, you can't compete with those other guys.
Yeah, but it's very different,
but
right?
creativity
Different also.
It's different.
is different also.
It's very different.
So because like dancing, that's classical train. Like music, that's also classical train. Now when you go to classical train, there's always a syllabus, there's things to go through. The piano thing and everything. But I always feel like this kind of thing it's really important to get it from the passion. And like you said, not the you say you wanted to play piano, I buy you the piano already. Now I got the teacher for you. I spend thousands of dollars for you. You don't want to play.
I think that's
the fear.
That's the egg we balance, right? You got a kid who's so passionate about something, right? And then because you want to get good, kid, the passion paucha at some point.
And I think at times you have to just recognize that if your kid doesn't have the talent for it, he doesn't have the talent for it. I realize. No, but it's true. It's true. I have.
I don't want to say, I've run the scenario in my head. How to tell your kid you cannot sing?
How to tell your kid like who loves football that cannot play? Yeah,
I will never support your team.
No, but it's like I feel like that we've not come to that stage yet. But I have some friends who have older kids and really no talent. Like you like okay, you do for fun, that's fine. But you know, like you can't get more serious than this, you know? Yeah. Like you have to let the passion.
Sometimes.
But the craziest thing is I realize some of them, right, the passion can evolve also. So like for example, if they really like football, like love football, but cannot play, right? Then they become a referee. But they become the best referee, you know? Become a linesman, manager. Yeah.
Well, she rough.
Yeah, rough.
One day really. Can you imagine? Because Jade really love karaoke now, right? Wow, the day you send her for class, right? The teacher, Mr. Dennis, can you wait after class for her?
I will just go. You tell her. I don't want to be in the room. I'm going to go get ice cream. I will see you later.
I want to go for ice cream. What is
just
wrong,
next month's fee.
Can you imagine like when it hits you, right? Like can you imagine you came back for work and Zayn walks up, Papa, I really want to show you a song. Today is going to be the day.
This kind of thing you can.
I think because it's your own child, I think you give it straight.
So what I heard from my friend who has older kids now, right, and probably you're going to be facing this. It's all the recitals. So if your kid is performing and he or she is not very fantastic, as a parent you can still feel proud. Like, oh, I'm so proud of you. What you're doing is cute. But when it's other people's kid, wow, it's like, well, I still have to sit through this. You know, especially if my kid goes first, right? And then there's like maybe 5 or 8 other recitals after that, you know. You cannot just, okay, my kid is done, I'm going to get out of here, right? You have to stay through the whole entire thing. Because the other parents will judge you, like, hey, wow, so you see your kid, then you can leave, hey, you better stay for my kid, you know.
John, when you get there, right, when you guys get to the recitals, I will tell you,
you went already.
All the parents are there for the recitals. The main attraction is when kids mess up. It's not we are going there to see you perform. I want to see the kids mess up because very cute. All of them funny like crazy one way. Unless you're really going to like international school, like please sing your song, you know.
Yes.
If it's 6 and below, bro, you're not going for the performance. You're going there for the blunders, bro.
entertainment.
It's damn funny one. She in the middle of the stage, forget what to do. They look at the teacher.
But I see that is cute.
Yeah, that's cute.
But then the moment they go up to like 10, 11,
that
12.
one different. That one different. Like, who teaches you how to sing? I'll be the dad in the audience. Like, hey, stop! No. But okay, on that note, I think in this day and age, we really talk about the fact that they're going to have a lot of access into jobs that never exist in our lifetime. How to prepare, who knows? They're going to have access to more info about, hey, dad, I found out that this animal is going extinct. I think I need to buy a ticket to go into the Amazon they are going to have all these kind of things. It's going to be less and less about us understanding their skill set for their career and more about building resilience, you want to build a person that can adapt or be flexible or be strong I just encounter things, but building resilience, like you said, like doesn't come without. How do you give the talk? How do you give you're not that good at it?
I know.
You should try harder.
I know. If let's say my daughter come to me at 10 years old, 11 or 12 years old, and then she suddenly want to do something, and like I never hear before, right? I will take our parents' generation approach.
How?
Act like I know. Very simple, only ma. Huh? Okay. You want to do what? That one,
Yeah.
I know all about it.
Yeah.
But I want you to learn. So go and do your research on that thing. Then come back to me tomorrow. Explain to me everything. If you really want to do it, you should do research.
You should be able to explain to me.
Correct. Then after she go already, ChatGPT, I need help. What is this? How do I go about this? Who do I talk to? Which company is the best? Must always act like you know.
That's smart.
But you don't know.
Now I know.
Yeah, you can only act until maybe they are 16 years old, then they can tell you cannot already. Maybe 13 years old at their age.
I think 13 very smart.
13 is very smart. Smart already. But that's my approach.
One thing I wrote down here is that to study for a skill is one thing. To prepare a kid for a skill is one thing. You can prepare your kid for one thing lah. But if you give your kid resilience, you prepare them for everything. And I feel like until now, right, 7 years in, I still am worried about, am I preparing my kid for resilience?
But resilience also means that your kid must be able to take a beating.
To suffer, correct.
Yeah. Correct. So there's that balance there,
we work so hard so they don't suffer.
There's that determination, but like true resilience comes from someone that has the quote unquote battle scars to prove it. So I think it's finding that balance.
That's why I go into the room in the middle of the night and just shout.
Wake up!
And then I chow.
What's that, dude? Prepare you for NS.
Dad, I'm 10. It's okay.
Yes,
we are not even in Singapore. But on that note,
speaking of NS, right, I have been thinking about it. I know my son is still very young, but I keep thinking it's like he's now in Malaysia. He's surrounded by Malaysians all the time. And I'm thinking like, wow, what when the enlistment act kicks in and he if I really decide for him to go, I'm like, oh, cannot. like
I think you go to Singapore and
will you be ready for this or not? But you know what? Ready or not, you might have to do it.
Correct,
so you probably have to do it.
The thing is, whatever happened, we managed to somehow survive and grow up until today. They will be able to do it. They will be able to do it. Yeah. The whole concept of character resilience, we can't help. But for health, since today we have a beautiful brand, when it comes to health, we talk about resilience, right? It's not just about giving your kid like vitamin C and you eat vitamin C means healthy already. Like resilience, it's not training about one thing. It's training about being able to adapt to all things and having multi abilities for different things in character, just like multivitamins. It's not just about the vitamin C. It's not enough. Vitamin C is only for one thing. You need overall growth and development.
Wow. What do you need?
Growth. You need Scott's multivitamin gummies.
You need it?
Not specifically, but today we're talking about Scott's multivitamin gummies. It contains 5 vitamins and zinc for kids age 5 and above. But it's true lah. Honestly, as a dad growing up, learning about immunity and how to build kids' immunity, right? The biggest thing even my pediatrician say, right? Asian communities, right? We are all very taken by just eat vitamin C, because that's what our grandparents, my grandma learned everything. It's really not enough. It's bad. Too much vitamin C is bad. Yeah.
Until today, yesterday actually, my mother also very proud. She only take vitamin C.
Yeah.
But there's a lot more others.
There's a lot.
She told Jazel's godmother, I never take anything else, only vitamin C. You see, I'm so strong. I said, Mom, I take all this. That's why you're weak.
Oh.
I take all the magnesium.
So just as a disclaimer, it's also good to check with a proper health professional like your pediatrician and stuff like that. But for kids growing up, it's not just about vitamin C. That's something that I've learned. For the Scott's multivitamin, there is A, B6, C, D, and E, and most importantly, there's zinc. I don't know, you guys.
I take all of the above, even as an adult. Zinc, B6, D, C.
I think
it's funny, right? When growing up, I never take zinc. Never knew.
I didn't know what zinc. Zinc, correct, bro. Like what?
I only started taking zinc like last year.
I didn't. I think
I only started taking like 2 years ago.
Vitamin C, my whole life, right? Vitamin D, because I just understanding what it is. Vitamin B, B6, B3, B12. We need it as men.
Yeah. The things that we can learn nowadays for this kind of thing is that it's not just about a vitamin. It's what are you taking to help your body absorb the vitamin. We don't learn this kind of thing last time. But hey, you're welcome. If you didn't already know that, that's why zinc is always packaged with this kind of thing.
We should invite like a nutritionist or
a pediatrician
onto our show. Then we can ask all these kind of questions.
Any nutritionist out there, any pediatrician out there, if you guys would like to come on the show and
we have a lot of questions.
We have a lot of questions. Please come.
You just have to be ready for questions.
Disclaimer: always read the labels prior to use.
You want me to read? Come, I read.
Should not and as usual, this should not be taken as a substitute for a diet or a balanced, varied diet. Please, this is not a substitute. Okay? Alright, so just quickly for everyone tuning in, that you can tell your parents, tell your friends you actually listen to a good podcast. Multivitamin benefits. Helps overall growth and development, so you actually do grow stronger. They recommend this for picky eaters to take multivitamins on top of their daily meals as their intake of nutrients from daily meals. So I just want to say something that I learned about Malaysian diet. Singapore is actually healthier. I don't say anything. Malaysian diets, very imbalanced. Do not, even as adults, I take multivitamins because our diets are so skewed towards certain things. We do not get what we need actually.
We are skewed towards fats.
Yes. Carbs, fats, fats, protein, right?
Correct.
So this is basically recommended for picky eaters, but multivitamin benefits, guys, is not just about one single vitamin, okay? So I just want to say thank you, Scott, for being a part of this episode again. Any guys last words for this?
I just want to say that this is actually one of the ways I get Jade to have additional vitamins in her system. Because I honestly feel like the food that she's eating, and sometimes she don't want to eat it at all. So in a day, she don't get anything, any nutrient. So the gummy is one of the way, and this one is mango flavor. If you guys are wondering, how is it? Does it taste like real mango?
You know how is it?
How?
This is what I wish I had as a kid. Okay, when I was a kid, did I have options of what tasted great? No.
Mango.
Also very hard to talk while chewing this. Sorry. Guys, thank you so much for being a part of this episode. I hope these episodes have actually helped. I think we have a new structure around certain topics in the episode that is partially our sharing, partially very focused on the health and the futures of our kids. If you guys have comments, please leave them in the comments below. Remember, subscribe. We have a Telegram group, by the way. So please join us there. John is actually, once in a while, he pops over there and talks to people. And
he'll drop his wisdom.
Hey, no, I just go there for fun sometimes.
So make sure to come over to our Telegram. And also, remember on the first episode of our second season, I spoke about the Father's Day thing.
Oh.
And I really, really want it to happen. So if you guys got any idea, and if you guys might want to join us, let us know.
There'll be a special dance performance by Dennis. So y'all should like...
No. I don't think father want to watch me dance.
No. They should.
Right? Maybe Mother's Day then I perform.
Hey!
Father's Day, they probably don't want to see me dance. But we'll do something fun.
You will hear it first on the Telegram group. Yes. All right? That's where we'll announce it. Thank you so much. Shout out to Scott again for being a part of this episode. You help us make the episodes happen. So we appreciate you guys. Parents out there, remember, resilience, immunity, not just vitamin C, everything else. See you guys in the next one.
Take care.
Peace. Bye.
Peace.
Bye.